By mid-1980, a new ABBA hit to be appeared in stores. It was an album containing only Spanish versions of their songs, translations made by the McCluskeys. It resulted in a sales phenomenon in Latin America and even Japan. We thank the Spanish-speaking audience for giving us the opportunity to bring our music so successfully into their homes. Read, a nice regard with signatures included on the back sleeve. The songs carry subtle changes in music and sound when compared to the original versions in English. Gracias por la Música has more pop-based percussion. Its original anthem style may sound strange outside the context of their mini-musical, The Girl with the Golden Hair. Reina Danzante sounds imperceptibly faster and more disco. The background seems to hold those funky guitars that were removed from the original 1975 mix, as well as the additional fourth verse, which had faced the same fate. In the Spanish version, those lines remain there, although the Spanish lyrics have nothing to do with the original English ones. Al-Andar has more powerful drums. That is the case of the bass in Fernando, a song that includes a longer introduction and adds extra flute notes in the chorus. This mix was taken from the 1975 solo Frida version. Hasta Mañana offers more subtle string arrangements due to the replacement of the original 1974 mellotron. What the whole album lacks is that sort of rainbow sounds typical in ABBA's music. The rich sounding Thank You for the Music or Fernando does not show up in the Spanish versions. The ethereal effects that make the instruments sound airy in the verses of Knowing Me, Knowing You are not present in Conociéndome, Conociéndote. The most striking detail of this impoverished sound can be heard in the magnificent arrangements of Agneta and Frida's multi-track voices. The crystalline product of this arrangement, characteristic of the ABBA sound, is sometimes absent. The best example can be found when comparing the exclamation "Dame, dame, dame" with the original "Gimme, gimme, gimme." A difference in the voices arrangements is far too wide in a clear demerit of the Spanish version. This may be due to a simple fact. The 1979 Spanish versions of Chiquitita and I Have a Dream, which show all the virtues of an ABBA sound production, were produced by Benny and Bjorn as usual, with enough time to work. The recording sessions for the Gracias por la Música album were produced by sound engineer Michael Tretto. Since the two boys were not too keen on producing a whole album in Spanish, although the two previous singles released in Spain and Latin America had been overwhelming successes. They claim also that they did not have enough time for this project. They had planned a trip to Barbados to compose new songs for ABBA's upcoming new album, willingly to be released in October. However, they said that if Agneta and Frida wanted to re-record their voices and Michael produced the record, they would have no objection. I must admit that I have never ever listened to the Spanish album except to OK it when it was finished, says Benny. In fact, the idea of the LP was Buddy and Mary McCluskey's, and they even had liberty to choose the songs to be translated and suggest the order of the track listing. Wife and husband took some holidays on the beach, where they recall having written Gracias por la Música's lyrics at Punta Ballena. The chorus was Mary's idea. It was in this way how Buddy and Mary McCluskey wrote the Spanish lyrics for 8 ABBA songs in only 15 days. Tretto made copies of the chosen songs, which were Hasta Mañana, Does Your Mother Know, Gimme Gimme Gimme, A Man After Midnight, Fernando, Knowing Me Knowing You, Thank You for the Music, Eagle, Move On, Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia, and Angel Eyes. He did the mixes in January 1980 at the Polar Studios, and the voices of Agneta and Frida would be overdubbed singing in Spanish on March the 7th and 8th. They also added some new instrumentation, possibly an explanation for the decline in sound quality, since it looks like Tretto may have used discarded tracks of songs already published or alternate mixes that were not published. Eagle, Angel Eyes, and Does Your Mother Know were never recorded. The latter would have to be recorded by an uninterested Bjorn. He would not even record his vocal intro like he did on Move On, replaced here by verses sung by Agneta and Frida, or his lines in some songs like Knowing Me, Knowing You, where the girls sing in bassy tones, imitating him in Conociéndome, Conociéndote. The girls, however, became so enthusiastic about the project that they learned the Spanish lyrics in just a week, and they recorded them with the quality that characterizes them in just 2 days. It was something of a challenge to record in Spanish, says Agneta, and I remember that we had a nice time with journalist Ana Martinez, who helped us with the pronunciation. It's quite easy to sing in Spanish, says Frida, even if you don't speak the language. And we recorded the album, we just enjoyed ourselves and didn't think about the business side of it. Buddy recalls, I remember something funny about the pronunciation when Agneta and Frida had to sing the word cosa, thing, in some lyrics. They sang and suddenly the two broke into laughter. What happened? I asked, because they just could not stop laughing. They explained that cosa sounded like a breed of deer in Swedish, so when they sang romantically, the image of a deer's head with antlers popped up and they had to laugh. Cheto adds that there is a Spanish flavor in a lot of ABBA songs like Fernando, Chiquitita or Move On. When you listen to that album, you could almost be forgiven for thinking it was recorded by a Spanish band.